Now recording.
Oh, I can't reach the high notes.
Welcome.
Yeah, let's try to do a little harmonizing, okay?
Oh.
Oh. Oh, you got the baritone going.
Yeah, I can even go deeper. I can do more. I could do like a bass. Probably because I got older. My singing voice isn't as deep as it used to be.
La 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 la. Doo 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 doo. Ah!
Someone's in a music mood tonight.
I got a small problem here. I don't see the part of the message that'll let me stop recording when we finish.
Should be fine.
Okay.
And we just go on forever and ever. And ever.
And
And
ever.
ever. And ever.
And ever. I mean, I see it.
You do? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we all able to stop it or just Matt? Or I mean Alex?
I think we all are able to. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've never stopped it, but I've felt the button and got scared once that I stopped it when I didn't.
Oh, okay. So what have we been up to? Oh, we saw the new Wes Anderson movie the other day.
We did the Phoenician Scheme, and as one Letterboxd review said, I'm sad that there were no Phoenicians in it.
So we are Wes Anderson fans in this little podcast here, and after seeing his
in our friend group, with the exception of one who has disliked all his recent movies,
including the one we just saw, but not as much as Asteroid City.
Which if you can't take the heat,
get out of the kitchen.
I will say this though, this movie was better than Asteroid City. I was kind of skeptical. I mean, he did have the short films right after Asteroid City, but at the same time, I was a little, I wonder if he'll get back to the style that he had, in the past that got him Oscar nominated.
We move forward. We move forward. No turning back.
So, I don't know how to describe this movie, to be honest with you.
It is like corporate espionage comedy.
Because, like I was saying before we saw the movie, it doesn't give a very, it doesn't really tell us what the movie's about. It gives us kind of like a very vague description.
Yeah, it was definitely I thought of recent of his movies, I thought it was the least we knew about it going in.
Which I wonder if that's what led us to like it more than we did. But
yeah, I'm trying to see less trailers now.
Same here.
Less
yeah, I'm trying.
I'll see a teaser. I'll see a teaser and maybe a couple of things here and there. But unless it's I see it before the movie. Then
if I see it before a movie, that's the only time I watch trailers. I try to avoid them if I can, though.
Right. I mean, it's nothing new that trailers show too much. I mean, I know that's a topic for another day. We might have even talked about it before, but I feel especially when it comes to the big budgeted movies, they just show basically every important scene in the entire film.
Maybe after talking about the Phoenician Scheme, I can talk about trailers.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Anyway,
back on the Phoenician Scheme.
That's a good way of putting it. It's like a corporate espionage kind of movie. And this movie did not have a few Wes Anderson regulars. I want to just say who those are. This movie did not have Jason Schwartzman or Owen Wilson.
But they haven't worked together for a few years.
Owen Wilson and Wes Anderson. Oh, yeah, because he was in The French Dispatch, but he wasn't in Asteroid City or this.
Yeah, but right here in this movie, we get a lead from Benicio del Toro, who plays... Yes. He plays Jaja Corda, who is basically like a all-about businessman who kind of rigs the game a little bit through various complicated business-related means. And he's putting together like a large sort of building... how would you say it? It's kind of like a large-scale building plan, more or less, involving various elements, including like rail and water and stuff like that. And he has like various ties to various people and companies within this land of Phoenicia. I guess it's what it's called.
So like a fictional country.
Yeah, that's what it's sounding like to me. So coming back to the trailers for just a second. The trailers for this movie, it made it look like he was reusing sets from his previous movies over the last few years.
I mean, I could definitely tell when there was a scene where it's like, oh, this must be him using the Asteroid City set.
Yeah, that scene with Scarlett Johansson was really telling.
We call that recycling, and we should do more of it.
And I noticed, the plane crash, it looks like a set from one of the Roald Dahl short movies from a few years ago. I think it was the second one that was released.
Which one was that? The Swan?
Yeah, it looks like
the Swan.
Yes. And I'm not saying this was a bad thing, but I picked up. I was like, oh, I think he's recycling sets again.
Well, it's because this movie he basically was making while Asteroid City and Henry Sugar and all those shorts came out, correct?
Oh, yeah, he was probably making it around that time, yeah. And I'm not saying this was to be lazy, but that's just something I picked up on.
We call it recycling!
And the cast in this movie is not as stacked as it was in Asteroid City, but it's
still really good with quite a few good actors in it. Like I said, Benicio del Toro, who leads the whole film. Whereas in most of his recent films, I would say they're way more like ensemble casts where various characters get their spot in the limelight. Because a lot of his recent stuff has been like anthologies, and there was the Roald Dahl shorts that had like a bunch of different characters, and they all really combined together, really. Netflix even put them together as one anthology film after he won the Oscar for Henry Sugar. French Dispatch, and also Isle of Dogs was... So the real last film, even though he has a lot of ensemble films with a lot of a large cast kind of film, he's kind of like a modern Robert Altman in that respect, where he has films in his specific style with a large cast of Hollywood well-knowns. The last one that he really had a lead for was Grand Budapest, where Ralph Fiennes was the lead character, definitively, of course.
Yes. Yeah, no, that makes sense, because there really wasn't a clear-cut lead in...
Which really makes this film kind of different and stand out from a lot of his other films, like where Asteroid City, it's way more about the thematic aspect and him kind of reflecting more maturely on concepts of death, which he saw in like Royal Tenenbaums and stuff like that, and using this sort of like thematic framing device as a way to kind of look into that with this whole story within a story about you know a TV show being produced and stuff like that. Whereas
Right.
this is just like it's a story that follows a character, so it's a little more like you're into this, you're following this one guy, which is a little easier to do. So it's a lot more different than what he's been doing recently. So not to say that that his previous stuff is bad or anything like that, but
Right.
this is just like something a little more standard, but way more in his current kind of wheelhouse and style. So, which is pretty good, and why it's probably one of my favorites of his recent stuff that he's done, of course.
Mine too. And it was also pretty funny.
It was very funny because I also feel like there's a lot of new cast members that he has added to his wheelhouse that I hope he comes back to. There's Michael Cera, who's a treat in this film.
Yes, he
Um,
was.
as the professor tutor who is very interested in bugs, although there may be a little bit of a twist there. Riz Ahmed is in there. I like that now we're getting Tom Hanks and Bryan Cranston in a lot more of Wes Anderson films, and they made a great fucking pair in the one scene that they're really big in this film.
Yeah.
Yes, that was one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
And then Richard Adenade, who came into Wes Anderson stuff from the Roald Dahl shorts, and now makes the feature debut in one of his films. And it really is like you think of Richard Adenade stuff, and you're like, why isn't he in a Wes Anderson film? That'd be a match made in heaven. Well, now we see, and it really works too. Rupert Friend also makes it from the Roald Dahl shorts as well. And we also get a lot of people returning. Del Toro. We get Jeffrey Wright, Scarlett Johansson. Benedict Cumberbatch was also in the shorts as well. Bill Murray plays God,
which is notable because he was not in Asteroid City, so he comes back.
And Willem Dafoe is also in there as well as F. Murray Abraham for some very short parts.
Which one was F. Murray Abraham already in?
He was in. All right, so
he was in Grand Budapest. I know.
He was in Grand Budapest. But in the movie, he was in those scenes. So, Benicio del Toro's character Corda, is a man who has like a big price on his head because he's a large, like, political figure. So he has undergone a lot of assassinations, and through his assassinations, he will regularly go into various states where it seems like he is like in heaven. Some near-death experiences, and we get to see those occasionally throughout the film.
Yes.
So like and through that we see various parts where he's like either watching a funeral that's probably his with his dead grandmother, or at a trial for his life with God as the judge and stuff like that. So, and I believe F. Murray Abraham was in one of those scenes.
So was anyone else confused by like when they were showing the numbers on the screen? Like,
he always does it in chapters, so it's showing the different chapters, which kind of allude to the various different people who have financial ties to this sort of business that he is linked with.
Yeah, like the listed names and the percentages.
Yeah, percentages they had, yeah.
I was a little confused by that at first, but then I picked up on it.
Yeah, so basic, yeah, because it's just like each different percentage that each different person has within this sort of business deal for the making of this like big building project. So it's how much they have percentage wise in this project, and each time they keep changing it. So basically, for those who don't know, the plot of this movie revolves around this guy. He has like this business empire. He's building something in this this sort of Phoenician scheme, as it were, and it's a big project with a lot of slave labor and stuff like that. So, but he also has the ire of a government, and they decide to manipulate markets and the price of various stuff to sort of have him to sort of like bankrupt him or like sort of financially destroy this scheme and his sort of empire. And through this, he tries to bring on his estranged daughter, who is a nun, to sort of help him in his financial empire. To her constant reluctance, and she's kind of like the second main character of the film, and she's played by Mia Thapleton, who is a new person in the Wes Anderson films. So
she's also a nepo baby. Her mother is Kate Winslet.
She's a nepo baby, and through this, they have to try to ensure that all the people who have financial ties to the project will keep the end of their bargain, as it were. I forget the wording or framing that they used for that. So it's constantly them trying to see if they can be able to keep their stake within the company. But it keeps changing here and there. So and the person with the largest one ends up being the uncle who may have evil ties, or the uncle played by Benedict Cumberbatch with his best Jebediah beard mustache combo.
That was so weird.
It was
and unnecessary.
No, I like calling it. You guys know when I saw his makeup when it was originally announced, I was like, that is the most Jebediah looking haircut.
Yes.
Very like 19th century kind of.
That's one thing I was confused about. Was this movie post World War II or post World War One? Like, what was the?
He wants to allude to a kind of unknown time period, like in the past. Like it's definitely period, but he doesn't want to be. It's unspecific. It's almost like it doesn't exist within time, as it
Why
were.
Why do you think that is? Does that make this like a fairy tale?
To make it kind of timeless, I guess.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. There's a lot of good, funny moments, like moments that are pretty shocking, like the beginning with that. There's a very gory moment in the beginning I was not expecting.
Oh yeah, no. I was like, oh, we're starting off the movie like this.
And then a lot of the good usual like Wes Anderson wordplay that you get.
Where our good friend goes, oh, Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We all took bets on when he was gonna crash out at this movie. Do you remember what yours were?
Mine was 30 minutes.
Mine was 10 minutes.
Mine was the exact moment that Michael Cera was going to be on screen.
And I think you ended up being the closest, I think.
I think so. I ended up being the closest.
Yep.
And he also said that Michael Cera in this movie looked like Rob Schneider, which I did not see.
No,
I did not see that at all.
Specifically Rob Schneider as Deuce Bigalow.
Of course. Now we've made that film in our canon now in this podcast.
I've actually not seen a Deuce Bigalow film. I feel like
You don't need to.
I haven't either.
I'm all set.
Yeah, you don't need to.
I think it's just been talked about and obsessed so much with this certain friend that I just have no interest in seeing it now.
Are you talking about me?
More about our other friend, not you.
Oh. Yeah, no, I mean, I've seen it, but I don't talk about it obsessively.
You watch it every year?
I haven't watched it since last year, so I'm trying to be good.
Yeah. So yes.
I'm not obsessed with it like our friend here is, but
Okay, whatever you say. Just kidding.
Yeah, so very good. There was a bit of like not political jargon, but like financial kind of jargon that did go over my head, but once you get into the movie and once you see how it's going and kind of get the gist of everything, I feel like it would probably like work a lot more on me with a second viewing maybe, but once you get going, you kind of like are along for the ride.
I know the people in front of us were like, some guy was like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna have to see this movie like 7 more times to get what's going on."
and this was probably the guy that was laughing at everything in the movie.
Well, there was a one joke, recurring joke through the film, so that just I don't know hit his funny bone. Which I mean, fair enough. It was a good joke. I forget which one it was. Do you remember?
No.
It was a reoccurring joke.
Yeah, it was a reoccurring joke.
I think it was like, so you know how they, what's his name? They kept saying like, I don't know if you guys noticed it. There was just
I remember.
There were these
every
motifs,
time
there was these motifs in every single scene where they talked to a different character.
Yeah, every time they talked to a different member of the board, the people that were tied to the financial deal, they offered them a hand grenade.
Yeah, that's what he laughed at. And also them saying to the nun, "I knew your mother."
Yeah, real nice.
So there was that. So I enjoyed it.
Those motifs.
Phoenician Scheme. Go see it. Also, in other recent Wes Anderson news, Criterion Collection has announced a incredibly large box set of his first 10 films.
Yes, and the French Dispatch and Isle of Dogs are going to be coming out separately as well.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the French Dispatch of the Liberty, Kansas Evening Sun?
Oh, shut up!
That is what the Criterion Collection has it under as the title. Don't at me.
No, I know.
Normally,
So
I would
it's
say I
both.
would get. Normally, I would say I would get the box set because I don't own any of his movies. But
It's
at the
too
same
much
time,
money.
it is a little too much money.
It's in
only
both
10
4K.
movies.
It's in both 4K and Blu-ray with a lot of like 25 hours of special features at a retail cost of $399.96.
Yeah, that's too much for only 10 movies. I'm sorry.
I have all of them, so. But I will be buying the French Dispatch of whatever the fuck and Isle of Dogs.
The French Dispatch of the Liberty, Kansas Evening Sun.
I will probably never see that movie again.
But I will do it because to have all his movies.
Yeah.
Because I remember I drove about an hour and a half just to get the Darjeeling Limited. It was the last one I needed.
You know, with Isle of Dogs in the collection, you know what that means?
What?
It means Yoko Ono is in the Criterion Collection.
Oh.
Oh yeah, she had a brief role in that. I forgot. But yeah, I really like
assistant to scientist Yoko Ono.
Yeah, they just went with that name. They just kept that name. It's kind of funny. But yeah, whatever. I mean, I have nothing else to really add for what you guys said. I really enjoyed the Phoenician Scheme. It probably was my favorite of his last 3 or 4 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely my favorite of his since Grand Budapest, personally.
Yeah, and it looked like he kind of went back with making it similar to that movie, and it was nice to see Benicio del Toro in a lead, and like kind of leading a movie, because I'd always seen him in supporting roles in all the movies I've seen him in. I mean, I know he's been a lead in some movies. I just haven't seen them.
Right.
So that was nice.
When was his last leading role?
I don't know.
I don't know off the top of my head. You'd have to look that up. I'm not sure.
Oh, I guess like 2 years ago, but it was a movie called Reptile. But
never heard of it, but I'll take your word for it.
If I have to go with something like a big film that I remember in theaters, No Sudden Move, 2021.
Oh yeah. Wasn't that the one that?
It was him and Don Cheadle.
Yeah,
and then was he the one in Sicario?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Oh, that was also a lead role, but I haven't seen those.
Those were good.
So where would you rank this for Wes Anderson, Alex?
Well, I'm not gonna do the whole ranking because.
Well, where would you put it between? If we recall the episode to which you have.
So go back if you haven't listened to that episode, please, because we do not want to go over this again.
It's in the top 10. I know that. If that helps.
Top 10, that's pretty good. He's done, like, including his short films, like 15 movies.
The
Probably,
short. So
I mean, including those as one is probably, well, that's 4 if you include them all as if 4 individual.
Well, there's other short movies of his I've seen, so altogether I have 18. So, but yes.
Well, go check out Alex's letterbox. Go follow his letterbox. There you go.
Yeah, because you'll find the whole ranking there.
Still made the top 10, so that's pretty exciting. I will probably do a ranking next year after I finally see them all, which I only have
You said you had like
Twice Aquatic.
Oh, that was it. That was the only one.
Yeah, and I guess 2 of his short films.
Well, I
haven't already seen
from the Darjeeling Limited and like another like 10-minute short one.
Where do we even watch those?
The one that was before the Darjeeling Limited is on the Darjeeling Limited Criterion, and the other one was like on YouTube.
Okay, so I can watch 1 out of 2 of them.
No,
I could probably find the other one on YouTube as well.
Yes, you can. So, circling back to the topic.
Trailers.
Trailers.
So, as all you know, trailers. Wikipedia describes it as a short advertisement originally designed for a feature film, which highlights key scenes for upcoming features intended for exhibition in future movie theaters or cinemas.
But why do they call it a trailer? I thought a trailer was like a mobile home. Why are they called trailers?
I'm glad you asked. One thing
a trailer because it's like, you know, like a trailer, how it's tied to a feature film, like a trailer is. It's also known as previews, as in previews for coming attractions.
Oh, thank you. I feel much smarter now.
Oh yes, you're very, very smart.
Before we
I used to call it previews when I was a kid, and my dad always called it previews, so I just always called it previews. But since obviously I've started to use the internet since then, as I was a kid when I would say that, I basically interchangeably say trailer and preview.
So before we get into this, I was just going to say that when we saw this movie the other night, we got a trailer for Mathregan 2.0, and it was so cringe.
I like that you said Mathregan.
So
it's so stupid that it's titled that.
They are really aiming towards that All right,
teenage
so
audience?
no, it's not teenage. It's
Whatever it is, it's
all right.
cringe.
So Megan or Mathregan, as we
All right,
comedically like to call it,
Side note, a big side note.
Has weirdly a large like gay following.
I forgot about this.
Kino's here
So
for guys.
Also, happy
yeah,
Pride
so
Month.
yeah, so they're kind of like aiming towards that of the people who like isn't there like a Britney Spears song in that trailer?
Toxic, I think.
So yeah, so it's for the crowd that will see Megan and will be like, yes, bitch, fuck it up. Yeah.
I mean, not to be offensive because I know it's Pride Month, but are they going for the extra campy in this movie?
Yeah. So they're going for campy.
But it's like so much of it's obvious.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, I like when camp is like not as obvious.
So before Matt gets into his thing,
all about trailers, yeah.
This is about trailers though. But do you guys remember like back like when we were kids, like there would always be like a voice narrating the trailers.
Yes, I forget that guy's name, but he's done like over hundreds of trailers
this summer.
And like he would say like the actors' names and like kind of like say what was gonna happen in the movie.
So it's funny, they actually did that with The Materialist.
Oh,
Has anybody
they
seen
did.
the trailer for that?
Yeah, that's
a little bit.
That's what made me think of that.
So they like basically, I don't know if it's the same guy because there is one guy I know that's since passed away that did like hundreds of trailers and did them when we were kids. Like I know he did it for like How the Grinch Stole Christmas and those kinds of movies back when we were kids. But I believe this guy that did The Materialist, I think he has done a lot of trailers, and this was kind of like a throwback to that. So
Yeah,
I'm curious to see if that'll happen again for another movie.
Well, that trailer is what made me think of that. So I'm glad you said that. Speaking of which, there's a podcast that Dakota Johnson was on where apparently they talked about her winning a Razzie.
Yeah, I wonder if she actually did. I wonder if she actually accepted it, which she probably didn't.
Very few do. The only recent one I know is Coppola.
Yeah, and then before him, it was Sandra Bullock, like 15 years ago.
At least that we know of.
Yeah, that went public. Yeah, you're right. But anyway, trailers, Matt.
Trailers. So yeah, they're basically the promotional material made for a specific film that's usually either shown in theaters before a film, usually not the film that it's screening for. It's promo for, or released on the internet. You know what irks me? Those pre-trailer trailers for trailers in the video for the trailer.
Okay,
yeah, I hate that. It's like they should just leave those for the internet.
Yeah, it's like why are you getting me amped up for the trailer that I am about to watch? I am trying to watch the trailer. This is why I stopped watching trailers, because it's kind of stupid.
Can you explain what this is?
So there's videos, for releases, for trailers, like on Twitter or something like that. They'll release, and in it will have like a good like 5 to 10 second like trailer for the trailer saying like that the trailer is coming or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? You'll sometimes see it on TV.
I know exactly what you mean.
Thank you. Well, it'll be like, oh, the trailer is now out or something like that. And you know what's stupid? Those things where it's like, oh, the trailer will be out tomorrow, or the trailer will be out next week. It's like, motherfucker, just release the trailer. I don't care when the trailer is going to come out. All I want to know is I would want to see the trailer or see something or see some promotional for a movie. Not the fucking this is why it irked me, and I'm trying not to watch stuff. So, or I mean, it's mostly to go into some movies blind and not expose myself too much to something. But
just did this though. I feel like they just did this with the Wicked for Good trailer.
They did. They were like, "Oh, here's promotional. It's gonna come out tomorrow," and it's like, okay. All right, that's good to know. You could just release you could just release it. People will be surprised either way.
Seriously.
So you got Alex, what Matt's like kind of talking about.
Yeah, no, and then when he said that, I was like, oh wait, they just did that with the Wicked trailer.
Yes, they did.
Like, and they'll show like in the video, like at the very beginning, they'll show like parts of the trailer that you're about to watch before the trailer even starts, and it's like
a sizzle reel.
Yeah, just let me watch the trailer. If you want, don't spoil things for me that's going to be in the trailer.
Again, if they have this, they should just be on YouTube or the internet.
And it's just like, fuck off and let me watch it.
But Matt, you have a problem with these overall, or just when they're in theaters?
It sounds like he has a problem with it overall.
Like overall, they should just have a trailer be a trailer without this little snippet at the very beginning. It's
See, I feel like that started like in the 2010s, them doing that. I'm not really sure why. And you know what I hate? I think you already talked about this. You do a trailer for the trailer.
Yeah, that's so dumb. Like, don't do that.
So it's basically like Matt's saying, it's like the teaser that's in the trailer that he hates. It's that, but it's just that and nothing else.
Yeah, no, don't.
Trailer is coming out next week.
Trailer. Like, are we really stooping to this level? A trailer for the trailer
for the movie?
Yeah, it's like, come on.
But anyway, trailers have actually been a part of cinema for quite a long time.
Yes, I remember my grandfather would say that before a movie was shown, they would show previews / trailers, some short films, a newsreel, and then the movie.
Yeah, previews have been in theaters previewing films for previews for
coming attractions.
For a preview of since 1913 preview about. Did I say the word preview enough?
Yeah, you did.
No, you're good.
It's like a little tick. So, and obviously they've kind of grown since then, but you can tell a difference between a lot of older stuff. You think that there are spoilers in movie trailers now? They used to be, looking back on some old stuff for older movies, it's like, wow, they just showed like the whole movie, the mini movie in like 2 to 4 minutes. Wow. All right. So if you don't believe me, Zack, have you seen the trailer for the film The Graduate?
Yes.
It's basically just the movie.
It is.
It just spoils the whole movie.
Yeah, back then, like 50s to like, what do you think, Matt? Late 70s? They would show like 4 or 5 minutes. The trailer would be like 4 or 5 minutes long.
That's dumb.
Where they're literally showing entire scenes, right, Matt?
Yeah. I'm like...
And it's like 4 or 5 minutes long, like, based on the book by Harper Lee. It's To Kill a Mockingbird. And then they'll show like a minute-long scene of like a very important scene that probably should not have been in the trailer. And then they're like, it would have these log lines with something like, the best-selling book since Gone with the Wind. And it would be like this like voice or whatever. And it would be like, starring name, also with, and then it would just like, this would go on for like probably 2 minutes. and then it would be another minute of wrapping up the trailer, and then by then you have a 5 minute long trailer.
Yeah, it'd be like the latest movie sensation coming to your theater.
Yeah, like let me look up The Graduate, the runtime for the original trailer.
It's about like 3 or 4 minutes, but it like it spoils everything.
It's 3 minutes and 55 seconds.
It also like it literally shows you the end of the movie in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. Like, if I wanted to see like that, I would have just watched the movie. You know.
So the Guess Who's Coming to Dinner trailer is about 3 minutes. Let me find Alex. Name a movie from the 60s.
How about the Bonnie and Clyde trailer? If we're gonna go with 67.
Oh,
yeah,
speaking
might
of
as well.
67, I'll go with Mel Brooks, The Producers.
Oh yeah, Bonnie and Clyde trailer, almost 3 minutes long. The Producers. I feel like that one isn't super long, if I remember. Let me see.
Maybe 2.
2 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you're sure you're looking at the 67 one, not
I am. Yeah.
55 one?
All right.
Oh, okay.
And then probably I would say late 70s into maybe the 80s. Probably I would say is a good marker for that.
And yeah, To Kill a Mockingbird trailer is about 3 minutes long.
In the 80s,
That's
we probably
way
get
too
trailers.
long.
We get trailers that are how we see them now, where it is very much like snippets, not showing like overall like what we're showing or like who's in it. It might show like name of mainstay actors who are in trailers, or in the movie itself.
You're right.
But the way we see trailers now kind of evolved in the 80s, probably with some of the big blockbusters that we see.
And probably home video helped with this too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now that I say that, what are some what would you consider as some great movie trailers?
I feel like the trailer for The Dark Knight was really cool at the time.
Do you know, fun fact, there's actually an alternate take in the trailer for The Dark Knight.
I did not know that.
All right. So I need you to watch the movie and then watch the trailer, or watch the trailer and then watch the movie. And I want you to see the scene where he's in the meeting with all the other gangsters and we actually see him for the first time, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pay very attention to the way he says "kill the Batman" in both the trailer and it's an alternate take.
I
for
remember
that
this.
one.
Yes, I remember this.
Where in the trailer, he's like, "We kill the Batman." Where in the movie, he's like, "Let's kill the Batman."
So it just sounds different. That's what.
Yeah, because it's another take.
That's funny. Yeah, so they do that
because I'm sure while they were making the trailer, usually while they're making trailers, they're still editing the film in itself.
So they have alternate takes. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, you'll get like a lot of alternate takes from movies in trailers that aren't in the final film.
So Alex, that happened in Thunderbolts. Did you notice that?
I did not notice that.
So they said, Matt's seen the trailer for Thunderbolts probably 100 times at this point. So you know the scene when the Red Guardian's like, "We're the Thunderbolts," and then Bucky says, "We can't call ourselves that." They do that same line in the movie. So he says again, "We're the Thunderbolts," and then Bucky ends up like saying it in a very different way. He's like, "Oh, well, we can't call ourselves that."
That's stupid.
So that was another example of an alternate take.
There was
Alex, what would you think is a great movie trailer?
Yeah, so my answer is The Dark Knight, or one. Also, Monsters Inc. had a good trailer, I remember.
Like, what do you think is the great movie trailer?
Oh, I gotta think of this.
What about you, Matt, while he's thinking?
Like, I know a lot of people would say that very first
if it's narrow down
Menace
to one
trailer.
Oh yeah,
would say that. But if I had to pick one,
Phantom Menace.
Oh.
Star Wars.
The Psycho trailer. Because what's good is that it doesn't tell you anything. It's just you're like walking around the set with Alfred Hitchcock.
The one with Alfred Hitchcock in it.
Yeah.
Did he do that with the birds also, or just Psycho?
He did something similar with the birds, but he's like in a library and he's there with like a bird that's in a cage, and it gets like mad and stuff like that, and then you can hear all the birds outside getting mad.
Oh yeah, I think I remember seeing that. Yeah. What would you say, Alex?
I'd say The Force Awakens, since you say The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I remember really liking that one because like didn't.
Oh, go ahead.
It didn't give too much away. While also fans of Star Wars.
Right. I really liked the Rise of Skywalker one. How that one didn't really give much away. It's just Rey and with Kylo Ren like heading towards her. And
if we're gonna talk about recent trailers, I really like the Brutalist trailer from last year. Like I really like the teaser.
I'd have to go back and look at it, but I remember that it was decently good. Yeah,
just like the movie.
Yeah, just decently good.
Oh, I'm kidding, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we all liked that movie. Yeah, recent trailers. The Star Wars sequel trilogy trailers were good. I would say probably any of the Ari Aster movies. Those trailers have been good.
Oh yeah, I like the one for Eddington. Is that what it's called? The new one.
Yeah, I really liked the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood trailer.
Yes,
the first one with the Neil Diamond song.
Oh yeah, that one was
kind of an old school trailer because it showed all the names.
Oh yeah, you're right, it did. But I don't think they announced them.
No, they didn't announce the names.
Now that you say that, because this is also another movie with Leo, I remember really liking the trailer for The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I kind of remember that trailer. I remember liking it. Matt, what would you say? Oh, go ahead, Alex, and then Matt.
Because I did see a trailer for that before Anchorman 2. My mom didn't let me see rated R movies alone yet, so I didn't see it in the theater.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it until we watched it as a group during the pandemic.
For a 60s trailer, the original Doctor Strangelove trailer is kind of unique.
I think we watched.
Oh, I remember that one. Is that one like a countdown?
Yeah, it's like flashing the title and stuff
it's almost
like that.
It's like subliminal messaging in a way.
Kind of, and then it's showing you like very like weird but very comedic questions like why did they attack Russia? And it has like various people like finish the sentence like from the movie.
Yeah, that is a unique one.
It's a very unique trailer.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
I think we watched that one.
The Citizen Kane trailer, the original Citizen Kane trailer is very unique because it just starts off and it's just Orson Welles like kind of talking to the audience about his new movie, and then it's just all of the rest of and then he introduces like every actor
from the Mercury Theater.
Yeah, because it's everyone's debut film, which is so fun. It's Joseph Cotton's first movie. It's Paul Stewart's first. It's Agnes Moorehead's first movie. It's all their first movies. So they're all being introduced, and then it cuts to scenes where all of the characters are each on the phone talking about Charles Foster Kane.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. What do you like for recent trailers, Matt?
Well, I said the Brutalist. There's
the Brutalist you like
one, yeah. But what else? I mean, I may have to get back to you on that.
All right.
Maybe there might be like let me look at what I've watched in the last like I'll do like the last like
Week.
no, not last week, like the last like 5 years.
Mm.
Um
Oh, so while Matt's doing that, I wanted to say that the guy that I was thinking about, his name's Don LaFontaine.
Oh, the one that narrated the trailers.
Yeah, and he would always have that voice where he would say, "In a world where things go wrong."
Yeah.
He was like in a lot of the movie trailers that we saw as kids.
But like the movie trailers we would see as kids, like they would put like most of the movie in the trailers. I remember.
Yeah, they did. They sometimes still kind of do that.
Oh, okay, I know. Like Licorice Pizza. That was a trailer that I really liked. That very first the
Okay.
first Licorice Pizza
Oh
trailer.
yeah.
It was the
Bas-
one with the Bowie song in it.
yeah, that was a good one.
That was
Yeah,
the one that I always watched, I always saw, and I was like, man, I think I'm gonna really like this movie, and I did.
I know
It's
one
like
trailer
it's my
that
favorite
wasn't
movie from that
good.
year.
I know one trailer that wasn't good.
What?
What?
Suicide Squad.
Oh my god. No, Zach, it's because that movie was fucking edited by a trailer house.
Yeah, literally it was. Basically before it was like before AI, like right now
Like
now AI would probably edit the trailer.
no wonder that movie was ass, because it was made like one fucking giant trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder
With,
that movie was ass.
with Harley Quinn going, "Are you the devil?" It's so bad.
I haven't seen that movie since it came out. That's how bad it is.
I think I might have watched it in 2020 because I was so bored. So I've only seen it twice from beginning to end.
No, I've seen it twice too, because I saw it twice in theaters, but I haven't seen it since
You
then.
saw it twice in theaters?
Well, with different friend groups.
Oh, you were able to tolerate it twice?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Just barely.
I just love the YouTube video of that movie where he fights like this fucking like Zack Snyder like guy. No wait, no, that was the Batman v Superman one. Never mind. Oh, but speaking of that movie, that trailer was also terrible.
Yeah, we all should have known. But sometimes
I
bad
did.
trailers can lead to good movies. Like Matt, I remember what came to mind was when we watched in the club the trailer for the Birdcage, but then how it was like a cheesy 90s trailer. But then when you explained it, people liked it.
Hmm.
That's another thing was the 90s because I guess probably because of home video, they were just
They were just
I don't know,
making like
they were
cheesy,
really
dumb trailers that didn't really represent a film.
They
exactly.
were really hammering that then.
And the best way you can actually get people to watch a film is just by telling people about it, more so than just watching the trailer, which you would back then you would only likely see either in front of like a movie on a VHS or on
A TV spot.
maybe on a TV spot, but that would be like in a much shorter form, but or just before a movie in a theater.
Yeah.
So
Right.
basically like 2.5 ways,
Mm.
which, you know, if it's a bad trailer, then people are gonna be like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna see that. But if you describe a movie to it, remember that one time in the club, I don't know if this was before. No, I think you guys were there, but there was a guy who was in the club at the very beginning of the semester, and he had suggested that we watch the film. Oh, what was it? It had
A man if they could not hang.
no. It was about that semester, but it's a movie with the Fonz and Michael Keaton.
Oh my god, what's that movie?
I remember Michael Keaton.
I don't know.
I can
sorry.
see it. No, I know the title. I know the
We
title.
didn't watch it though, did we?
We watched it in the club. Yes, he had described it and he had amped it up so well that we put it in the roster for that semester.
And it
but
wasn't
then
good, right?
he didn't. It was okay, but
then he didn't come,
he wasn't
right?
dumb. He didn't come. He didn't come for the rest of the semester. So he said, "Let's do this movie," and then like yeeted.
The person, some people also did that for Infinity War.
Of course, like everyone had already seen Infinity
Everybody
War.
in the club had already seen it, and these people just went to the intro.
Else.
They just went to the intro meeting. No, we should have watched something else because that movie's almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, and then that would have been like you could have watched 3 1-hour movies,
right? Or 2 hour-and-a-half movies.
So, was it Night Shift? Because you said Henry
Night Shift. Yes, Night Shift.
Oh, so I didn't go. I didn't go to that one, but I remember when you guys watched it.
I don't think I was there. Yeah,
it really wasn't how he described it, though. So he really amped it up. So I was thinking it was going to be a lot more of a dark comedy than I thought it was going to be.
So maybe that was before our time, Alex.
Yeah, because I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, that might have been right before us. Night
It
Shift.
might have been the semester you guys watched The Holy Mountain, for all I know.
Oh, you guys missed The Holy Mountain?
Yeah, we just missed that. Or
well, now I know what you two are going to have to watch.
Oh, God.
No, we're not watching The Holy Mountain.
How's that?
You gotta watch The Holy Mountain.
Matt, how's that trailer for that movie?
All right. So the original trailer for that movie, it does show some stuff, but it doesn't show all the stuff, obviously. There's lots of nudity.
Oh, God.
There's nudity, there's sex, there is very oddities, I don't even want to say because it would spoil it. And also,
yeah, no, you don't have to.
Hold on. I'll do this. There's also, okay, Alex, for that part, I need you to do a long bleep. Just right here. Yeah, like beep. Just bleep this whole part out.
And edit him talking about that.
Yeah, edit out this part with me talking about it, okay?
Oh, okay. Right. That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to see this movie right now.
No, hold on. And blasphemy, of course.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for explaining that to us, Matt.
You're welcome. And you're going to watch it.
So I guess it's kind of obvious. What I like in a trailer is minimal, but just enough that will get me to go see it. I know that's kind of cliche, but...
Right.
I will not watch probably... So typically I know a lot of movies. I don't know about... They do the teaser trailer, then they do the full trailer, then they do a second full trailer, and then they do the final trailer. Does that sound correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I usually stop after the second trailer. I never watch the final trailer. Now I sometimes only watch the first full trailer. I don't even watch.
What if the final trailer was the best trailer?
But usually I've been disappointed before. I know it could be the best, but the final trailer usually shows things I don't want to see.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like I don't want to see that yet. I want to see it. I want to be surprised.
All right.
But yeah, movie trailers.
Yeah,
it's been around for a long time.
Speaking of coming attractions, what were the films that are coming soon to theaters that were shown at the Cannes Film Festival? Zach, take it away.
Yeah.
What's our update?
So our update, do we want to know the award winners or do we just want a general list of the movies that are coming soon?
The award winners.
Okay. So you probably would know these movies better than me, but I will still go with this segment.
Don't worry, I'll help you.
The Palme d'Or winner was It Was Just an Accident, directed by Jafar Panahi or Panahi.
So yeah, It's Just an Accident is an Iranian film, and Panahi is a Iranian but he's been critical of the Iranian government, and he's been imprisoned by the Iranian government several times.
So is he like a fugitive?
Is he now a fugitive?
Let me see. I'm looking.
I know he was in prison.
He is not, but he just can't go. He can't go. In 2010, he was arrested and later sentenced to 6 years in prison and a 20-year ban on filmmaking and travel.
Which he, didn't follow, because then the next year he made a film called "This Is Not a Film."
Yes, there you go.
Which was smuggled out of Iran and then premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. So he is quite a risky filmmaker.
That's funny because that's kind of like how they smuggled out the Dr. Zhivago novel out of Russia and brought it to Italy, I think.
Mm.
So it's kind of funny that, well, not funny because you shouldn't have to smuggle a piece of art out of a country, but that's a story for another day. So, yeah, he still made films. Just briefly, he made this movie. He made a movie called No Bears in 2022. He made an anthology film and did one of the segments called Life in the movie The Year of the Everlasting Storm, which I think I've heard of.
Yeah, some of his other stuff that he's well known for is The White Balloon, The Circle, and The Mirror. He's kind of well known in the circle of filmmakers during the sort of new Iranian film movement, the Iranian film wave, which like people like Abbas Kiarostami and people like that. So, RIP to him. So.
Yes, and the 6th year in a row that a movie that Neon will distribute won the Palme d'Or.
Oh yeah, because last year it was Anora. The year before that it was Anatomy of a Fall, and then it was Triangle of Sadness, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Keep going.
Okay.
One of them starts with a T.
Oh, was it Titane?
It was Titane, yes.
And then I don't think there was one in 2020.
Nope.
So Parasite.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep,
you got it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see if it was just an accident, gets a Best Picture nomination. What do we think about that?
It could. I mean, considering the track record, it seems like Oscars, the Oscar people like looking at the Cannes Film Festival for stuff.
Right, and especially since everything going on with the Middle East right now, it might make it more interesting for people to check it out.
The Grand Prix.
Is that the second place film?
Basically, yeah.
Sentimental Value by Joachim Trier, which Charlie XCX called it one of the summers this year is going to be a Joachim Trier summer.
Which it might be.
Yeah, which it might be.
Yeah. Apparently, Sentimental Value has the third longest applause at the Cannes Film Festival.
Oh wow!
It's the third longest standing ovation.
That's cool.
19 minutes.
Oh yeah, Stellan Skarsgård's in this, Ellie Fanning, and Corey Michael Smith, who was in Saturday Night Alex, and he also was the Riddler in the TV show Gotham.
He was just in this movie that I watched with just before coming on here. He was in that Mountainhead movie.
Oh, he was? Oh, he's 38. So he was like in his 20s almost when he was in his late 20s when he started on Gotham. That's interesting.
Who was he on Saturday Night? Remind me.
I think he was Chevy Chase.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the Grand
I'm just
Prix.
on the Wikipedia page, and I just scroll over to his name, and I see his picture, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's. He's got a very distinctive face.
Mm-hmm. So the Jerry Prize went to. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing names, but this is an international film festival. It's Surat by Oliver Lax and Sound of Falling by Masha Shilinsky.
Yeah. Surat is a Spanish film. Well, it's a co-production between Spain and France, but I believe the director was born in France but raised in Spain.
Mm.
So there's that. I've actually not heard. I don't think I've heard of the director Oliver Laxe.
I haven't either.
And Sound of Falling is a German film.
Cool.
And also, I've not really heard of too much from this film director, Masha Shalinsky.
She's female, and there's not much known about her.
It follows a generation of 4 girls connected to a farm in Altmark.
Cool. And Sarat follows a father's search for his missing daughter in the deserts of southern Morocco. Then we have Best Director, won by Kleber Mendonça Filho for The Secret Agent.
It's a Brazilian film. I think I told you he is
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
One of the directors of Bacurau, which is one of my favorite films from 2020.
Yes, I remember talking about that. The next one is Best Actress for Nadia Maliti for The Little Sister, which is an interesting film.
It is a French-German film, but it's a coming-of-age film.
It also won the Queer Palm.
About Algerian immigrants. Yeah, the Queer Palm is basically films that competes in a subsection of films that compete that have to do with LGBT related themes.
And the jury prize is just kind of just highlighting or singling out a movie.
The jury prize is basically like awards for that embody quote unquote the spirit of inquiry, if you remember.
Oh yeah. I think I remember that.
Personally, I consider it almost like a third place in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of in a somewhat of a different category. So, and then you have the usual ones like director, like actress, like actor, which went to actor went to Wagner Morara for The Secret Agent.
So again, The Secret Agent won another one.
Yeah, another 70s era Brazil set political thriller.
It's cool. I wonder if that'll get some. I mean, it won 2 awards here. I wonder if that'll. I mean, they'll probably. I'm assuming Brazil will submit it for the Best International Film category at the Academy Awards, but we'll have to wait and see.
And then screenplay went to the Dardenne brothers, which is a Belgium brother filmmaking duo.
And it looks like the movie's called Young Mothers, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, they usually
at least according to the poster.
Yeah, and then there was a special prize which went to Bygone for his film Resurrection, which I might go see. I did enjoy Bygone's previous film. So he's a Chinese film director. He is very much inspired by Andrei Tarkovsky, and you can see that in his previous film, Long Day's Journey into Night, which takes a lot of cues from some of Tarkovsky's later films like Stalker. But what's notable about Long Day's Journey into Night, not to be confused with the Eugene O'Neill
oh yeah, I was gonna say that's where I've heard about that play.
But Long Day's Journey into Night has an hour-long single take shot in 3D.
That's pretty cool.
Which is the highlight of the whole film. I feel like that first hour or so of the film could have been cut down a little bit.
Now, were his films critical of the Chinese government or no?
Is his films critical of the Chinese government?
Yeah, just curious.
Not that I'm aware of. No. So, but his film Resurrection, it's in a future where most of humanity has lost the capacity to dream. A woman discovers that one creature is still able to experience them. She enters the monster's dreams using her ability to perceive illusions to determine the truth in its visions of Chinese history.
Oh yeah, the film is divided into 6 chapters, with each representing one of the 5 senses plus the mind. Yeah, I could see that being like Tarkovsky.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Then,
that
then we have the Un Certain Regard prize, which went to The Mysterious Gaze of the Flamingo by Diego Cespedes.
I like the name.
Then we have Jury Prize, A Poet by Simon Mesa Soto. Then we have
the
Best
Colombian
Director
film director.
Tarzan in the Arab Nasser for Once Upon a Time in Gaza. Or
Yeah,
like guess
they're two brothers. One's a Tarzan Nasser and one's Arab Nasser. They're both twin Palestinian film directors.
all right, interesting. So I'm assuming they're not related to President Nasser of Egypt.
That would be a weird coincidence.
It really would be. But that's cool. Gaza film directors. I like that. Then we have Best Actor Frank Dillon for Urchin. Best Actress Cleo Dr for I Only Rest in the Storm. And then Best Screenplay Harry Leiden for Pillion. What are these awards, Matt? Un certain regard.
Yeah, the uncertain regard is another subsection. Like we saw the official section. This is a different section.
Mhm.
There usually are represent like a different films that are usually made in very unique and non-traditional styles, and are usually international films most of the time.
Mhm.
So, and it seems that apparently Frank Dillon in his film The Urchin, apparently he was in a Harry Potter film.
I will look into that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
he
he looks
played
familiar. Oh, he played the
he played
16-year-old.
young Voldemort,
Yeah, he played the young Baltimore. I remember his face. Because I
and
remember
he's on
because he didn't look like the Baltimore that was in Chamber of Secrets.
right.
Because they obviously had to recast.
And for you AMC zombie lovers, he was also in Fear the Walking Dead.
That's cool. I like when actors transition to directing.
No, he's not. He's an actor. He won the acting award.
Oh, sorry. Just edit that out, or it makes it funny. I don't know.
No, but
That's cool.
the film was directed by Harris Dickinson, who is an actor. So
Oh, so I'm not completely wrong.
well, you're not. Yeah, you're not completely wrong. He played he was in Triangle of Sadness, if you remember.
I do remember him in that. Yes.
And Where the Crawdad Sings, which I know that you saw.
Yes, he was in that. Yes.
Oh,
That's
he
cool.
plays Sam in Baby Girl too. So okay.
Oh, so he's like kind of. Oh, that's cool.
And he was in Iron Claw. So he's done a lot of stuff I've seen.
The honorary Palme d'Ors went to Robert De Niro, which was, I believe, at the opening ceremony of the festival. And they've been doing this now the last few years. Last minute honorary Palme d'Or to Denzel Washington. I know they did it last year or one of the years. I think for Tom Cruise they did it when they screened. It was probably Dead Reckoning, or was it? It was Top Gun Maverick. It was one of those years where they were showing that movie, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna surprise him and give this to him."
And I think at this festival they showed
Oh yeah, they did. Highest to lowest.
Denzel's Highest to Lowest, which is a
Yep.
remake of High and Low.
That was that the most significant American film that they showed? Probably, right?
Phoenician Scheme premiered there.
And the Final Reckoning premiered there.
Eddington, Final Reckoning premiered there.
Oh yeah, Eddington premiered there.
Mhm.
It's very polarizing, but so we should see how that movie does. Then some special mentions. We have The Camera d'Or, The President's Cake by Hassan Hadi, with a special mention, My Father's Shadow by Akinola Davies Jr.
A Nigerian film director. So, Camera d'Or is for best first feature film. So it's for your debut.
That's cool. I miss awards like that. Then you have short films competition. The short film Palme d'Or went to I'm Glad You're Dead Now.
It's so fucked.
By another
But-
Palestinian filmmaker.
Jeez, wow, these Palestinians, they're cleaning up with the film awards. That's cool. But yeah, by Tafik Barhom, with special mention Ali by Adnan Al Rajiv, who's a Bangladeshi filmmaker apparently.
Well, Tawfiq Barhom is a Palestinian actor, but he is also a citizen of Israel. So I want to be specific about that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mhm.
but does identify as Palestinian and
That's
grew
cool.
up in Ain Rafa.
That's cool. So then the Cine Foundation went first prize, first summer by Hyo Gaeong from South Korea. Second prize went to 12 Moments Before the Flag Raising Ceremony by Ku Ziyong from Beijing Film Academy, China. And third prize went to two movies, Ginger Boy, Separated by Miki Tanaka from Japan, and Winter in March by Natalie Mirzonian from Estonia, and then Immersive Competition from Dust by Mikkel van der Ah. Hey, I caught the hang of that. I got the hang of this by the end.
Yeah, so Cine Foundation is basically a foundation to help inspire new generations of filmmakers. So this is like prizes for burgeoning international filmmakers.
That's really cool. Yeah, because we never really talked about this before, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mostly focused on the major prizes, the in competition prizes, basically.
You want to read the independent awards, Matt? I know you just said what you just said, but
Oh, there's a lot. There is a lot. So, but I can go over it very briefly.
go
So there's
over
the
ones you know.
There's the International Federation of Film Critics that you have the Frepreshi Prize. So they're basically a group organization of filmmakers that have this award that showcases at various film festivals here and there around the time. And this was at the Cannes Film Festival. I know that others will be at like other major film festivals, like at Venice or any one of those. But the prize is usually as a way to promote film culture and quote promotion and development of film culture and for the safeguarding of professional interests. So yeah, so this time the award went to The Secret Agent.
Again, Secret Agent.
Yeah. Oh, it was separate. The winner was separated by the various competitions from that we mentioned earlier. So the in-competition winner was The Secret Agent, while the Uncertain Regard was Harris Dickinson's film Urchin.
Cool.
With a parallel suggestion winner for Dandelion's Odyssey by Momoko Sato. Excuse me.
First features, yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's the Prix du Jury Oamanique, which is basically the ecumenal jury, which is basically a award created for Christian filmmakers to honor the quote honor the artistic quality which witnesses the power of film to reveal the mysterious depths of human beings through what concerns them, their hurts, their failings, as well as their hopes. And it's another one of these prizes that is showcased at various film festivals here and there. And this year it was at the Cannes Film Festival, and the winner was the Dardenne brothers' Young Mothers.
Cool.
And then
you could skip Critics Week if you want.
Okay. It's basically various different things like the grand prize for Critics Week. It's a parallel selection with organized by French syndicate film critics. The Directors Fortnight is another independent section that's held parallel to the Cannes Film Festival. And
It's
then their
cool.
Golden Eye, the Golden Eye is presented for documentaries.
It's cool.
And I know we talked about Queer Palm, the separate ones that's specifically for LGBTQ related films. The Soundtrack Award, which is basically competing films, and whichever one is episode one is basically like, best soundtrack. Basically, it's very self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Although I would not take stock in it because Amelia Perez won the prize last year. So, but Zone of Interest won the prize the year before. So
There you go.
It's a mixed bag. The Prix Francois Chalet is another prize that was created in 1996 to pay tribute to the works of the said reporter, Francois Chalet, who reported and covered nearly 50 editions of the festival. So each year, the official selection awards a film that's dedicated for values in journalism.
It's cool. I like that.
Yeah, like one of the winners was Yosef Shaheen, an Egyptian film director. You probably know him. He directed was he the director of Cairo Station?
I think so.
Yeah. I think he would. I think he
Cairo,
is.
that's a good movie, Cairo Station.
Yeah, it's a really good film. Yeah, he did direct Cairo Station. More people need to know Cairo Station, but luckily it's going to come out, if it's not out already, from the Criterion Collection on Blu-ray, or is it 4K?
I remember watching that film,
big.
I remember watching that film in a modern Egyptian history class, and it was interesting.
Yes, definitely.
Matt, you also like this award, the Cannes Soundtrack Award.
I already went over that.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, but
I got a little excited there.
But here's a good one: the Palm Dog Award. It's basically best performance by a canine.
I'm sorry. That's the one I meant to single out. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, no problem.
The Palm Dog Award.
Yeah.
So it looks like it is awarded to the best performance by a canine, live or animated, or a group of canines. The award consists of a leather dog collar with the term Palm Dog. The name of the award is a play on words of the Palme d'Or, the festival's highest honor. In 2023, Woo Pets, a leading media company, announced it had taken over the event from its founder, Toby Rose. Let me see. So, oh, come on. They did give it to Uggy from the artist. Good. I was like, he was the best dog of that year.
Oh, they gave it to Messi for Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh, yeah, they definitely need to give it to the dog in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, yes, they did. There we go.
That's good. So I'm glad I know some of these. Oh, Alex, the dog in Red Rocket, Sophie.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, Matt said Messi and Anatomy of a Fall. Oh, the Meyerowitz stories, Einstein. I don't remember him in that.
They're doing another movie together, Adam Sandler and Noah Baumbach. Now that you say that.
Oh, that's cool. And some animated ones like Persepolis, Yuki. Also, the triplets of Belleville, Bruno. So that's cool. I think that pretty much wraps it up for me. I think this year was a good year for Cannes. I know there was some controversy, as somehow always seems to happen now. but not really funny, but there was one the final night. There was a power outage caused by arson that disrupted the morning screening sessions.
Oh no.
Huh.
So yeah, but I think it was only out for like a couple minutes or maybe an hour or so. So it wasn't too bad. But I think this is a pretty good diverse year of films for the Cannes Film Festival. It's definitely a year where I think that some of these films will probably be nominated for other film craft awards, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So those are some coming attractions in the next year, or sometimes, Matt, do they wait 2 years for these movies to come out?
It's usually either released in a year or it's released in the following year, depending.
Okay, which makes sense because the movie coming out this weekend, The Life of Chuck, won the major prize.
I
What
believe
was it?
Toronto.
The Toronto Film Festival People Choice Award, which has been a good indicator the last couple of years for usually one of those films, either the winner or nominee, will get a Best Picture nomination.
It won over two other Best Picture nominees from last year. One of them being Anora, which won.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how
but the other
Chuck
being
does.
Amelia Perez. So I mean, don't take stock in that.
I know apples. We're talking apples to oranges here, people. So yeah, that's the 78th annual Cannes Film Festival.
And also
Yes.
fuck Amelia Perez.
Our last time we say that, we promise. Actually,
we will never mention Amelia Perez again.
But it was relevant.
We really should have mentioned it tonight, but it snuck in. It snuck its ugly head in this episode.
It was relevant.
We gotta figure out a way to not talk about that goddamn movie.
I know it was relevant because we were talking about how a great film this year won a certain award that Amelia Perez won the year before.
In my defense, sir, it is fun to hate on the movie and talk about it. In my defense,
it is. It is. It really is. I just hope the movie gets forgotten quickly.
Penis to vagina.
Oh my god!
You know, it just came out.
I almost turned the movie off after that scene.
Oh, so I just heard the news about one of the Oscars for winners from Amelia Perez. Zoe Saldana says that her Oscar statue for Amelia Perez goes by they them pronouns, which made me want to say, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I thought it made you.
You're not helping.
Yeah, I thought it made. I thought it made you want to say bleep and all that.
Well then,
it makes me want to say, shut the fuck up.
Oh, like Penn and Teller.
Yes.
And I think we can end it there.
All right.